Hello, everyone. It's me, Madam Pamita, and the Love Witch.
Hi.
My favorite, my favorite witch is the Love Witch. I'm in love with the Love Witch.
Join the club.
Everyone, exactly. I totally join the club. Um, we're here doing Tarot for Kindness. This is our once a week get together. We have it every Sunday around 6 p.m. On the first Sunday of the month, it comes around 6:30. But every other Sunday that we're here in town and all is going well, we do it at 6 p.m. And then we go about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, depending on how many readings there are. Sometimes we go long, sometimes it's short, depending on the readings. But we are here doing readings and we're raising funds for feeding seniors in Ukraine. Our friends Subotin Harbor buy groceries for seniors who have very small pensions in war-torn Ukraine. They're being bombed. They're being having horrible situations. Imagine if you can, being in your 70s, your 80s, or your 90s, being disabled, living in an apartment building, having to choose, excuse me, having to decide whether you spend your pension on your medication or you spend it on your food or you spend it on your heat. They don't have enough money to go around. So Sabotan Harbor buys $40 worth of groceries, which is 2 weeks worth of groceries. $40 US buys 2 weeks worth of groceries for a senior in Ukraine. They deliver these groceries to their seniors. And now imagine all of those horrible things like having to decide between medicine and food and all of that going on while there's air raid sirens, bombs being dropped on civilian targets, and you're disabled and can't leave your apartment building. It's a horrible situation. We can alleviate some of that sad situation by making these donations so that we can um, spend that money, and 100% of what you donate goes to Sabotan Harbor for them to buy these groceries for these seniors to help these seniors. Sabotan Harbor feeds over 300 seniors every month. This is a grassroots organization, but is direct action. It's like your dollar, we collect it, we send your entire dollar. By the way, I reimburse the part that PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat takes out. I put that back in out of my own pocket, and we send 100% of your donation over to Sabotan Harbor. They buy the groceries, they deliver the groceries. It is something that um, is like this wonderful, compassionate, direct action. You don't have to worry that your money is going to advertising or your money is going to like the CEO of the organization or anything like that. This is like human to human direct action. So myself, Madam Pamita, and my friends, sometimes Miss Kelly on the first Sunday of the month, but every other Sunday, it's the Love Witch here beside me, so consistently, so wonderfully donating their time so that we can raise the money to buy these seniors groceries. How do you do it? Well, you can go on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat, make a donation. It's $10 per card for a reading. So you could do a one card reading for $10, two card reading for $20, three card reading for 30, and so on. You make your donation, then you come back here and you go back into the chat and you let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. If you have a question, you want a general reading, we can do that. If you have a question about something that's going on in your life, you can ask about that. You can even ask more than one question. If you have a 2 card reading and you want to ask 2 questions, we can do that. You want to do a 10 card reading and have 10 questions, we could do that. Or if you want a 10 card reading and you want one question, we can do that. We're going to adapt to whatever, but we do need to have some kind of guidance of where you want us to go. Is that if you want a general reading, I just want to see what's up for the next month or the next week or whatever, we can do that as well. So I think that explains it, how you do it. If you have questions on how you do it, you can go into chat and the Love Witch is monitoring the chat and will answer your questions. So we're happy to be doing this and we're happy that you're joining us here. And we already have some readings coming in. So let's talk about that. We've got Bianca and then we have Soul Prima, we have Coraline, and then we have Jessica. Thank you guys. And we'll do that in that order. If you'd like to get a reading, you'll just be fifth on the list. Come on in, make your donations, and then jump into the chat and let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. Sound good? All right.
Sounds
So I'm going to be reading with the Rockstar Tarot, which is my new tarot deck, my new toy that I'm playing with. I love this deck. It is so fun. What are you going to be reading with today?
I'm going to use the Green Glyph Oracle. Last week I used the Lenormand version of this deck, and now I'm using the Oracle deck. So,
Oh, how
say,
fun.
look how beautiful these cards are. They have this like beautiful rainbow foil on them.
I love it. Hologram. I love it. Yeah. All right. So we can get to our questions. If you'd like to see, by the way, if you'd like to see where the seniors that you're helping, let's put up Yulia's Facebook. There's
Okay.
Yulia's Facebook QR code. You can follow Yulia, and she posts the seniors that she helps and their stories and takes pictures of them with the food that she's donated. It's a really wonderful thing to see who you're helping. So you can check that out by going to see. Going to see. All right. So let's do our first question. Thank you, Bianca. Okay. My question is, will Julian rekindle a romantic relationship with me? All right, let's see about Julian. You can also ask the question, maybe what can you do to rekindle that or to encourage that rekindling, right? You can take a look at it all.
Oh, do we have the Rockstar Tarot at Parlor of Wonders? Someone's asking.
No, it's an indie deck. We don't have it at the Pro of Wonders, but if you go to Rockstar, I just went to their website. If you go to Rockstar Tarot, it will pop up. Their website will pop up, and you can see it there. So yeah, you can get this deck. It's not cheap, but it's totally worth it. It's great quality cards. It comes with a full color booklet. It's a good thing. Where's the booklet? I need that booklet. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sometimes I can't recognize who the rock star is. I'm still learning, getting used to this deck. It's not a familiar deck to me. I know most of the rock stars, but sometimes the pictures aren't very clear and I can't tell who it is. I thought Amy Winehouse was a man when I was doing readings earlier today. I'm like, who was man with a beehive? Oh, it's Amy Winehouse. So it's like her head was down and you couldn't see her face very well. So anyway, okay. All right, let's focus on Bianca now. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, for our it's interesting because I feel like there's an opportunity for this relationship to evolve in some way. It isn't going to, so it's interesting that you say rekindle the romantic relationship. Rekindling with that means like going back to what it was before. What I'm seeing here is you cannot count on that going back to what it was before. So the reason for that is we have Jim Morrison, the death card. Jim Morrison is the death card. What an amazing illustration, amazing photo and collage that is. So death card is not about endings as much as like Ten of Swords is about endings. Death card is about graduating and changing, right? So as we look at death as not the ending of the soul or the spirit, it is the changing of the experience, right? You have the experience of life, and then you go into the afterlife and the other world, and you're going to have a different experience when the soul's eternal, right? So I think of this relationship evolving rather than going backwards. So if what you're counting on is it's going to go back to the way it was before, I think that um, just the path of where it's headed is not in that direction. But what it is doing is evolving, and it can be even expansive in its evolution. But you might have to look at it being a different kind of relationship. So it may be because I don't see an ending here. Honestly, with Ace of Pentacles, it's like a new beginning and actually a new solid beginning. When we look at Pentacles, we've got Frank Sinatra there on Ace of Pentacles, by the way. Frank Sinatra. So I think if, that's another interesting thing of like Frank Sinatra and his career, like a lot of these careers also have the quality. So when we look at like his career had a long life, but it really evolved and changed. Who he was in the 1930s was not who he was in the 1950s. 50s and 60s, right? So I think what we want to think about and what you want to make peace with, and I think there's a part of the death card that is making peace, especially if we want things to be the way they were before, is to say this relationship has a new beginning. It's a solid new beginning, but it cannot be the way it was before. It's going to be something different. It might be that you're amazing friends or that you have a different kind of relationship, meaning maybe it's a relationship that has more flexibility or openness, or maybe it's a relationship that isn't necessarily monogamous, or maybe it's something. She says, I see that, so that makes sense. So I don't see the relationship ending, I see the relationship changing. So there's possibilities with this, but it is evolving. It is not going back to the way it was before. So, but I don't see a disconnect. Honestly, I don't see even like some people might interpret that death card. To me, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's not a disconnect. It's just a new version of the relationship, a new version. The other thing is too, if what you want is the thing that you had with him at the beginning, then it might be useful for you to open up and say, I want to have that kind of romance or that kind of passion or whatever it was that you had in the beginning that you want to rekindle. I want to have that and make it open and available from some other quarter, because it's not going to come from him. So that's another option to look at with all of this. So yeah. What do you have, Love Witch?
I pulled playing cards. And I really got the same thing, right? I think this is about playing with the cards that you're currently holding, not the deck you had a couple months ago, not what you're going to have 10 moves from now, but where things are right now. I think if you can focus on that instead of striving to get to like a certain place you've achieved before, then yeah, there's unlimited potential. But it's about moving forward and being strategic and not like focusing on past losses or past rounds. So yeah, I think stay focused on how things are and how like the adaptability of the situation, but not so much on trying to get back to where you were. Because if that place was perfect, it wouldn't have ended, right? So it's not a place to aspire to, anyways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I think the openness that you can bring to this, the flexibility that you can bring to this is going to serve you well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the connection with him is not over. It's just
Mm-hmm.
different now. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Bianca. Soul Prima's up next, then Coraline, then Jessica, then Tomcat. Wasn't Tomcat Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes'
Oh, wow.
nickname? I'm not making fun of your
What a
Tomcat. I
passion.
just maybe Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes are getting a reading. No, they're not together anymore.
Yeah, they're definitely not.
All right. Oh my gosh, Leslie at Soul Prima. I met you at Northwest Terrace Symposium. Hi, Leslie. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Um, reading questions. Calling in my healthy, co-empowering love relationship and more financial abundance. All right, what's going to get you there? We're going to look at that. Excellent, love that. All right, so here we go. Oh, I love it. Wow, what this is on fire, on fire. I feel like there's so much with this. Gosh, there's so much. Okay. We have the Supremes, Three of Cups, and the Supremes is the first card. When I see Three of Cups energy and I'm looking at like relationship, to me this is like flirtation and having options, right? We have Three of Cups. It's very social, very playful, very out in the world. So if you want to call in that love relationship, and I really do feel like this is the question of the love thing, it's saying go out and play, have fun, meet people, and meet people in real spaces. Like I have a really kick-ass article that I wrote so many years ago, but it still kicks ass, and I've expanded on it actually. It's called 101 Places to Meet New People. Maybe you can find it, Love Witch, and you can put the link to it. Am I reading your mind?
Yeah.
Of course, if you're watching this later, you might see it in the chat below, but you can also just go to parlorofwonders.com and then in the search type in 101 places and it will pop up. Okay. So, anyway, it's all about places that are shared, these third spaces. And 3 is the magic number, right? These third spaces where we can meet people, socialize, have interactions that aren't work and aren't home, right? These third places. So start to think about like how you can be out in the world. Now, some people are like, oh, I don't want to go to speed dating. I don't want to go to a singles mixer. That's not what these are. That's not what this is talking about. It's talking about places to meet new people. That means make new friends, have new interactions, but it is not pressuring you to meet somebody that is a romantic partner. So if that's not your jam and you're like, no, I don't want to go to a meat market. I don't want to do these things. There's plenty of choices on here that are very low stakes, very fun. So you don't have to do all 101 of them, by the way. It's just looking at it like a buffet where you pick out the ones that you like. So this 3 of Cups energy is like, get out and be social, have fun, celebrate, do these things. I think this is so important for us at this time to really nourish our souls with real experiences, with real people. Like, this is a good thing to do. So I would recommend starting there with 3 of Cups. Now, in regards to your financial abundance, this can also be helpful for your financial abundance. Maybe it's meeting somebody who has a great job that they're working at and they get you a job. You make a new friend that gets you a new job. Or if you have a business, you may meet people that will shop from your business or collaborate with you or hire you if you're a freelancer, whatever. So I think these social environments serve both the relationship goal and the abundance goal for sure. Now, there's a part of it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, how can I do this? I want to do it, but it also feels a little risky. Well, the reason I know that it feels risky to you is because we have Wheel of Fortune with the Grateful Dead skull on it, right? Wheel of Fortune actually shows like a roulette wheel. And I love that because that is what the Wheel of Fortune was based on, was this idea. I talk about it in my book, Magical Tarot. Like, where did the Wheel of Fortune, what does it mean? If we go to its root meaning, it means this idea of like risk taking. Like, you place your bet, right? And you spin the roulette wheel and you're taking a risk. You're going to see if you win, right? You're going to take a chance. Put those $5 on red or black, right? So I love this idea for you of like being a little risky, but the risk leading to the reward. I wouldn't say more financial abundance by going to Vegas. No, more entertainment by going to Vegas, but definitely not more financial abundance by that. But I feel like there's good, healthy risks that you can take that are things that feel like it's over there. What I want is over there, but I have to do this thing that's a little bit scary to me to get over there, which might be socializing and getting out there or mixing and mingling or doing any of that. So I think this is a great message for you in terms of like, do things that are a little daring, a little bit, okay, I can do this. Like, you have to kind of steel yourself, but that is going to be great. So this can be in terms of your business, in terms of your career, in terms of your relationship thing. It's like, do those things that feel like they're a little bit of a stretch. That's what I'm getting. Lastly, oh my gosh, we have Miss Tina Turner, Ace of Wands. She really is. She's Queen of Wands, man. She is fire. So much energy, so beautiful. Look at that beautiful image with that Isis wings behind her. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. So Ace of Wands energy, Tina Turner's energy. I mean, it's funny that Wheel of Fortune is the Grateful Dead because I think of them as being not very risky and not changing at all. So I don't get the connection there, but I definitely get the connection of Ace of Wands energy, Tina Turner, full of fire, full of passion, full of energy, full of verve, and that's really what you want to bring up from you. It's like, where's your passion? Like, follow your passion. Let your fire inside lead you and guide you. Let's find that fire inside, build that fire inside. What is going to build that for you? So this can be creativity. This can be new projects. absolutely with Ace of Wands, new things, new people, new places, new activities. These are all really supported. So that goes along with that Three of Cups socializing. If you find your passion, like go out and grab it, like go and nurture that fire and find new things to do that raise energy within you, raise fire within you. It can be just there's so many things in this world. Even if you just take a small thing like magic, there's so much to explore in magic. If you take things like art or music or anything, there's always new lands to explore, and go find those things that really stoke that fire for you. So that's what I'm getting for you. It's a lovely thing for all of this energy, but really supporting you. And if you have a plan that you're going out and doing more and meeting new people and making new friends, that's the ticket. Go to real places, you know? I mean, we do so much on screens. What about going to, doing something that is real, where you can really see people and really connect with people in a real genuine way? I think that is a lovely thing, a real rebellious thing to do as well.
I pulled this dinosaur card. How cute is that? A lot comes to mind for me for this. First of all, what kid doesn't love dinosaurs, right? So focusing on things that feel like play or nourish your inner child. But I also think about dinosaurs being really, really old. So I think connecting with your most ancient ancestors is another good thing to do right now, and letting them know, I want you to send blessings into my life, and my love life, into my health, into my abundance. But yeah, and thinking about things that our ancestors were entirely disconnected from, like technology, like social media, all these stresses. Take some time off from them. It's too much. We're not built to handle all that. So finding little ways to scale back and take some pressure off yourself, I think is going to be really freeing right now. And again, it's a rebellious act, right? They don't want you to do that.
I thought you were going to say you're going to meet a really, really old person for your relationship.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
An aged person with lots of money. Hey, win-win.
Old money.
Oh my gosh, that's so. Thank
It
you so
could also
much.
be like the Natural History Museum or something, right? Like spending time in a place with some fossils, discovering something.
Yeah, right. It's so so good. Yeah, a rich dinosaur. Oh my gosh. No, that's not what she said. That was me, just my brain going in a direction. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in, joining us, and doing a reading with us. We're so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we have Coraline, then Jessica, then Tomcat, then Devon. Oh my gosh, Devon, we're so glad you're here. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so Coraline has a 3-card reading. Thank you, thank you. I'm in a relatively new romantic relationship. Any guidance that wants to come forward regarding my partnership with Dwayne? Wait. Nice. All right. Oh my gosh. Wowie zowie. So cool. Oh my gosh, this is great. All right. The first thing that came up is Tupac with Knight of Wands energy. This is Knight of Wands energy is passion, fire, sexiness. I mean, Tupac's really sexy. And this energy of Knight of Wands is like sexy, passionate, like desire, chemistry, all of that. That's definitely off the charts in your beautiful new relationship for sure. When this shows up, it's like this passion. It's like, what do you do with that passion? What do you do with that fire? Yes, you focus it on the other person. You focus that love and that connection, that heart connection. Of course, you do that. But also, passion can inspire. When we have a passionate relationship, it can inspire passion in other areas of our life. It's like a big fire that we could share. So, like, it would be fun for you either to do individual things, creative things, or if you do creative things together, create together would be really fun. But I feel like there's some kind of creative flow that comes from the passion that's between the two of you. You can either channel it yourself and he can channel it himself, or you can channel it together and create something together. But there's a fire off the charts, chemistry off the charts for sure. For sure. Here's the other thing I see: magician energy is like, this is Jimi Hendrix, um, which is like, I love this card. We were talking about this card earlier today. I did the monthly tarot readings for the coven members. We do one card pull, tarot card pull for every coven member. And if you want to know about the coven, by the way, anyone that's watching, go to coven.vip and you can find out about all the perks you get, including that reading, one card reading every month. Um, so the magician energy is Jimi Hendrix, and I love the galaxy that's behind him. I love the fact, there's something I just noticed. If you look at this image, um, these are like the photographs of the night sky. So when we look at the night sky, we might, even in a very dark place, we'll see the Milky Way. We might see stars in the sky, but we're only seeing a tiny percentage of the stars that are out there. And when they take photos of the night sky with these very, very strong camera, telescope, whatever they use, I don't know what they use, astronomical cameras, they get all of these, like, this is what the sky looks like. It's covered in stars, right? It's absolutely covered in stars. So relating that back to Jimi Hendrix. So Jimi Hendrix was this visionary. I think he communicated through music, and he was communicating because he was playing with entheogens, LSD and whatever, and getting out of like typical ways of thinking, that he could access this energy that was beyond our comprehension, beyond what everyone else can see, right? So I feel like the two of you could, if he's into magic, you could make magic together, absolutely, and you could manifest amazing things together. I also think that the two of you help each other see other things, see things from a different viewpoint, or see things that other people don't see. So I feel like there's something that could brew with the two of you where you have shared experiences or shared understandings where you can reveal things to him about your experience in practicing magic or your spiritual practice or whatever. And that would help him to see things, and that perhaps he would then share with you the things that are personal and private to him, but that are different than the typical person. I just think of this relationship being, oh my gosh, I agree with everything you're saying, as well as what you're saying regarding Hendrix. Yeah, I think this is just such a phenomenal connection to the universe. That's what I see in this card, is this person who was able to channel something that was otherworldly. And I think that for the two of you, there could be something very special about this and doing magic together. If he's interested in magic, not everybody is. But you might want to do a little magic together, and certainly manifesting, and talk about your spiritual practice and talk about your spiritual beliefs and things like that, because it's something that can be shared between the two of you. And I think it's good and important to be with a partner that gets you who you are. So, like, every partner I've ever had has known that I'm a magical practitioner. They may practice a little magic or be not interested in it particularly, but they've never disrespected my own practice, and they knew that's who I was, right? And I think that's important too. I'm not saying that's going to be an issue for the two of you. I don't get that sense at all. But what I'm saying is, for everybody out there, it's like, sharing who you are and your spiritual beliefs, I think, is an important part of sharing yourself with another person. Lastly, we have Little Richard. Oh my gosh, Little Richard, what an icon and what a groundbreaker at a time when gender conformity was the norm, and he was gender nonconforming, which is so groundbreaking, and was accepted in his gender nonconformity. I mean, when people are like freaking out now and saying we want to go back to the 1950s, hello, this was the 1950s.
Careful
Please
what
do
you
not
wish for.
that gay people didn't exist, that trans people didn't exist, that people were gender nonconforming didn't exist. This is your freaking evidence that it existed, by the way. So I mean, I love him. I love his music. Of course, he was amazing, a phenomenal musician. He represents the Chariot card. I think he had some wild car. He was really into like Rolls Royce. So here's a Rolls Royce. I think he had some wild cars, and that's why he's showing up in the Chariot. But Chariot energy is about moving forward together as a team, moving forward together as a unit. So I see the two of you really getting on track, moving forward together. I think this connection, the magic between the two of you, the passion between the two of you that can be channeled, the respect for each other's beliefs and views, and how you come to understand one another and also widen your own horizons by experiencing life through the eyes of someone else. It's a phenomenal thing. Chariot card on a very sort of mundane level can mean going on a trip or traveling or even moving in together. But I get this more of this energy of like moving together as a team toward your goals in life. And so it's a really beautiful card to see that this is a partner, you know, more than just a romance. This is a real partner. So, yeah.
I pulled these beautiful hummingbirds. Hummingbirds move so fast, it's like, sounds like they're vibrating, right? So I think this is a high vibration relationship. Other things I think about hummingbirds is you attract them with sugar water, right? So I think being really sweet in this relationship is gonna do you a lot of favors. And a lot of times with my clients, they're like, do I need to play games? Do I need to pull back? Do I need to act like I'm less interested? In this relationship, you just need to be sweet, right? Don't worry about playing any games or any of that. I do also sense, though, there's like this quickness about this relationship, like having to keep up with each other. So stay on your toes, right? I think that's a fun and exciting challenge and can help you to learn new things and experience new things. So yeah, be on your toes, be having fun, and yeah, be really sweet. I
I
also think
love
of
that.
hummingbirds as representing our ancestors, just because my mom would always be like, "Oh, look, that's your grandparents coming to visit us," when they would show up at the window. So, this could also be a little blessing from your ancestors as well, that they like this relationship.
Well, you know, in Mexican magic, the hummingbird is a symbol of love,
There
and
you
it's called the
go.
chupa rosa, which means rose sucker. Is the name for a rose sucker is a name for the hummingbird, but it's really about that sweetness of the. I don't think they drink. They definitely don't drink out of roses because roses aren't tube shaped and they don't have nectar, right? Um,
Mhm.
but or they, I don't think they have nectar. But um, the rose element is about the love, and what hummingbirds represent is that sweet romantic love. So I love that too. Yeah, the rose sucker. Thanks, Coraline. We're so thankful for you and your donation. Thank you, everyone. All of you and your donations are so appreciated. Um, Jessica's next, then Tomcat, then Devon. All right. Anybody else that wants a reading, you can get a reading. All you have to do is donate $10 per card. So one card reading is $10, two card reading is 20, three card reading is 30, and so on. You can go up as high as you want to go. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering during the Russian invasion. We're so happy to do a reading for you, whether it's one card or 78 cards. We're so happy to do it. We're so grateful for your donations. These are really helping, and they really, really need it. It's hard to be ongoing war, and the war is so atrocious. They're bombing civilian targets. They're bombing apartments, hospitals, infrastructure, all kinds of things that are non-military targets. So this way we can provide some kind of, and I think it's really important, by the way, I'm going to say something really opinionated right now. I think it's really important for us to show up in the world, whether you're supporting, whether you're supporting the victims of the war in Gaza, if you're supporting Ukraine. We need to show up in ways that are in alignment with who we are, because our government is not doing it. So we have to do it. And we have to do, we cannot expect our government to represent us. We have to go in and we have to do it. And we have to show the world who we are, show the world who you are, a compassionate person that cares about freedom for Ukraine and a democracy in Ukraine, and doesn't think that somebody coming in and just grabbing land is okay. And that's the way we can do this if I'm doing this. Yeah. French witch touch, Ukraine strong. Absolutely. And this is the way we can support them and show them that we're not our leaders.
Hmm.
They're not leaders. We're not the clowns that are occupying the White House. That's a better way to say it. We are not the clowns that are doing that. We're not the people that are kowtowing to the clown in the White House. That we are believe in democracy. We believe in freedom, and we don't believe that it's okay to like go in and just take land because you want it, or grab what you want, or grab them by the you know what. I mean, we don't believe that, right? So that's the way we show it is by our actions, and this is one of those things that we can do. And when we do this, we're dropping the bucket, but every drop in the bucket counts, and the drop in the bucket can become the tidal wave. That's what that icon is about back there. Is like you probably can't see it, it's too far away, but it's Mary. This is actually, I'm going to say something really funny about this. It's Mary with a bottle of water that has Jesus in the bottle or on the bottle. I don't know, bottle of Jesus water pouring on the devil to wash him away. And I feel like that's such a beautiful image, whether you believe in the saints or you don't believe in the saints. It's a beautiful image of like, I'm going to wash out the evil in this world. I'm going to wash out that which is evil. And I think about this when I got this, I was like, every little drop, every little action that we do is a drop, but that drop can become that tidal wave that washes it back. So we
Hmm.
just have to show up. And this is, you're doing it. You guys are doing it. You, Bianca, Leslie, Corlin, Jessica, Tomcat, Devon, you guys are doing it. And I just commend you for doing it. It's such a wonderful thing that you're doing. And thank you so much. If you are not one of those people, but you're watching and you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. The links are in the description of this video right here. Make your donation, come back on, let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. And you can get a reading and support seniors in Ukraine who are suffering this full scale invasion. All right. Soapbox put away for a moment. Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. Energies from the week, and I hope you lovelies have a great week. Thank you so much, Jessica. By the way, Jessica, I know you're a regular at the Spirit Speakeasy, our coven meeting that happens on the first of the month. We're going to be giving away a book in the coven Spirit Speakeasy, like we do at the. So that's a really good one because it's only a few people that show up.
Those are
So
great odds, yeah.
you got good odds of winning. We're going to be giving away. By the way, we're going to be giving away this Hedge Witch Tarot. So if you would like to win the Hedge Witch Tarot, courtesy of Llewellyn, I think, is it? Is it Llewellyn? Yes, it is Llewellyn. Courtesy of Llewellyn, you can win this deck, and all you have to do is be a coven member and then show up to our monthly Q&A for coven members. It's our little get together, very private, over Zoom. We get together. You can hang out and you can win a beautiful, amazing $29 deck, right? What a win, right? And it's only a few people that show up, so we'll be giving that away. Alrighty, so that I wanted to let you know about that particularly because I know you show up for those meetings. I wanted to let you know what's coming up next week. All right, so let's see energies for the week. I might even have some extra prizes that I bring to that Sunday meeting because I'm feeling Lady Bountiful today. Okay, energies for the week. All right. Our energies for the week are Marvin Gaye energies. Knight of Cups energy, sweet, heart-centered energy. I mean, when you think about Marvin Gaye's music, it's very loving, very passionate, very sensual. There's all of that. Look at that beautiful image of him. What's he got on his shoulders? Oh, orchids are on his shoulders. I love it. He's got this magical horse, little droplets of water, orchids on his shoulders. So I think about Knight of Cups energy. It's really interesting because knights can sometimes be what I think of as like sometimes people say they're messengers, but I think of them is more of active doers. Like, how can you show up in a Knight of Cups way in the world? That can be showing love to the people around you. It's very intimate. It's like, how can I love the people around me, the people I live with, and so on. And then we also have the element with Knight of Cups of like being on a mission. When we think of Knight of Cups, it's a wonderful thing to work on if you want to work on this week for your spiritual practice, to work on your personal mission statement. What is it that you would like to bring to the world? What is it that you'd like your life to be? What is it that you'd like to bring to the people around you? Or what is it that you'd like for yourself? These are things that will go into a personal mission statement. So, what I would recommend doing, like the Knight of Cups, is have that mission, right? The Knight of Cups is looking for the Holy Grail. They're looking for the Holy Grail. They're looking for this mystical item. And so I would say, what is your mission? What is it that you would like to accomplish? Not in the sense, never in the sense, should it be like, oh my gosh, I haven't accomplished anything. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's like, how would you like to show up in the world? What would you like to contribute? And so think about your personal mission statement this week. Go online and look how to write a personal mission statement. And I would recommend writing it down, because writing it is committing to it. So formulate it, write it, commit to it, and put it as like this big spell that's like an ongoing spell. What your mission is in this world. What is it that you would like to achieve? What would you like to be remembered for? And so on. Such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to do. And a great way to enact that Knight of Cups energy in your life during this week. So
That's such beautiful advice. My therapist had me suggest I do the same thing and worked on it with me. And it brought so much meaning into things that I was already doing, because I knew I was doing them for a reason, but to really think about it and state it was such a beautiful reminder. And then at one point, I was telling her about how I had a difficult week just because like it had been emotionally draining and I'd done so much. And she read that statement out to me and was like, "Gee, sounds like you did a lot of work toward this mission statement this week, right?" So I think that's such a great thing to have in your back pocket, so that when you are really feeling, drained or exhausted or whatever, you can remind yourself of, oh yeah, these are the things I'm working toward, and this isn't just like to pay the bills. It's because I actually have things that I'm striving toward and reasons for every action I take. The card I pulled for you is Talisman. So I think you need to set an intention for this week and then put it into a ring or a necklace or some sort of talisman and carry it around with you. And every time you feel it on your wrist or catch a glance of it in the mirror as you look down, be reminded of your intention and step back into it for a moment and think, how can I infuse what I'm doing right now with that intention? This is a very easy type of magic to do, and a good one, because it doesn't just have to be for this week, right? Like that spell can last for years, right? You can keep carrying that same thing around. It can grow and change with you. So yeah, bring something magical along with you this week and set the energy yourself.
that's a great, great way to bring your spiritual practice into, to do it in a way that doesn't require a lot of extra things that you have to buy, or energy. Oh, am I thinking about a lot lately? I feel like there's a gap in resources for people in diaspora communities and their magical heritage, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how
Mm-hmm.
can that mission statement really infuse your? Um, it's just a lovely thing that's like a touchstone, right? And that talisman is brilliant. That's a brilliant idea, Love Witch, because you already have a piece of jewelry. I'd say pick a piece of jewelry that you already wear a lot, that you like a lot, and may not have been set with any intention before. And it could be a lovely thing to do. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jessica. We're so grateful for you. You really show up. We're so glad to see you. Tomcat. Tomcat. I had a cat named Tom.
Oh, really?
Hmm. He was my first cat. Like when I was a kid, I was probably around. No, he wasn't. He was my cat. He was my first cat, because we had a cat named Hobart. She had kittens, and one of the kittens was Tom. And Back in the day, my mom was like, I think every cat should have 1 litter of kittens so they feel complete. Like she had like a whole we had this little tuxedo. He was so cute, little tuxedo kitty, and his name was Tom. And I was 7 when he was born, and I used to carry him around like a baby. I was like, from the day he was born, I was like mauling him. So he was so comfortable around people and just so attached to me. And I loved him so much. He was such a good cat. I loved him so much. Oh my
My
gosh.
friend
So
has a cat named Tomcat Selleck, and he has like the most impressive little mustache.
I love that. I love that. Oh, thank you so much, Tomcat. You brought a lot of joy to us just with your name. With your name brings back some lovely memories. All right. So question 1 on my education, question 2 on my health, and question 3 on my finances. Okay. So love which might pull one card and relate all of those things. So we'll see what you're up to. I don't know what you're up to. Up to which cards. You do what you want. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, great. All right. It looks like with education and finances, we're going to talk about those two, but I want to talk about health first because this one has a very interesting card come up. It has Mick Jagger and it's the Devil card. The Devil card often represents things that we do that may not be the best for us, but we're addicted to them. So this card is calling you out a little bit and saying, what are you doing that you know better? You know better, right? Are you eating too much sugar? Are you indulging too much? Are you not exercising enough? Are you doing... That's what I'm getting from this card is that health is fine, but you're on some kind of path that right now it might be fine, but down the line might not be so good. And you need to be honest with yourself, right? Is it like you have a little too much to drink, you maybe smoke or do something else? What is it that you're doing that isn't in the best interest of your health, but you have a hard time stopping it? And this card is calling you out on that and saying you need to address that. So I think with things that are addictive, it's not your fault that you're addicted. These things are designed to be addictive. Junk food is designed to be addictive. Cigarettes are designed to be addictive. Alcohol is designed to be addictive. Sitting down is designed to be addictive. So you have to look and examine and say, yeah, I have to really address this thing. If I want to have long health and long life and have good quality of life, like my health experience is long and healthy, you need to address it now. So I think it's a self-examination. I think it's looking within. I think it's looking and seeing what do I know, and I really know it here is not good for me, and yet I continue to do it, and you have to confront that. It's not easy breaking addictions. It's not easy breaking bad habits, but you've got look for support, right? If it's something that you need lots of support on, you might want to join a 12-step program where you have real systems in place or something similar. It doesn't have to be a 12-step program. It could be something similar. Maybe it's something where you need some support from a community. Maybe you need to exercise more. So join a group where they exercise, or maybe you want to keep track of what you're eating, then join a system that makes you track what you're eating every day, and that can help you. So look at within, look at what is your like weak spot in the practices and habits that you have, and correct it. That's what this card is saying. Exactly what it's saying. All right. That one I wanted to get out of the way because I want to get to the other two. Now, on education, we've got James Brown, King of Pentacles. James Brown, King of Pentacles. On your education, you're going to succeed. Your education is going to bring you wealth. It's going to bring you success. It's going to let you rise to the top. I love this energy. I mean, James Brown is like such an icon. His personal life was a little, how he treated his wives, not so great, but you cannot deny his musical ability and his success. And not only his success, but there's things I know about James Brown that are probably most people know. I mean, if you're into him, you'll know this, but if you're not into him, you wouldn't know this. He ran such a tight ship. He hired musicians, and he would say to the musicians, you need to be here at such and such time. If they showed up late, if they didn't do what they were supposed to do, he fired them. He was no there was no bones with him. He was like, if you got this job, I think you're great, but you need to show up and you need to do the things. As a result, by having those really high standards, he had an amazing band, amazing musicians in his band. Bootsy Collins, who's an amazing bass player, was his bass player. He went on to have his own great career, but he was like otherworldly in the way he looked at music. And James Brown had this phenomenal band that did amazing things that were groundbreaking. But there's a part behind it that you didn't see, which is that he ran a really tight ship. So when I see this card for you, if you want to succeed in school, you need to be super disciplined. You need to show up. You need to take it seriously, and you need to push yourself really to succeed. If you do that, you'll be the king. With a crown on your head, you will be the king. But it takes that real discipline behind the scenes. Everybody looks at him and goes, "Oh my God, you're amazing! You're phenomenal. Nobody can touch you." Even his songs being used in later times, rap musicians would sample his music, right? I mean, he never stopped having success and fame. So I think if you want to have that success through your education, if you want to achieve the top, you've got to be so disciplined. That's really what that card is saying to me. Now, for your finances, we've got Ace of Pentacles. There's Frank Sinatra, Ace of Pentacles again. This is new opportunities. I think these two go hand in hand, King of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. When you complete your education, opportunities will open up to you that bring you financial abundance. Both of these cards are about abundance, but this is about a new job, and I feel like it's somehow associated with your career that you're studying in your education. So work hard at your education, and opportunities are going to open up for you, and your abundance will grow. That's what I'm saying. All right. And take care of your health. Take care of those habits that you need to shed, see what it is. Be real with yourself. Give yourself some real talk. Don't sweep it under the rug. Okay. I could use a little bit of that in my life. I'll just eat these pancakes for breakfast. It'll be fine.
What's wrong with pancakes? I pulled this snail, which I think is just a reminder that things don't always happen overnight, right? Especially in these areas of education, health, finances. These are long-term things. So being dedicated and patient and devoting a little bit to them each and every day is the way to go. And not getting frustrated when you don't see, your results overnight. I think with health especially, if you're trying to break bad habits or build new habits, it takes time. And as great as it would be to say, okay, here's my new habit and I'm committed to it for life, that's not how it works, right? So reminding yourself that there will be setbacks, there will be things where we fall short, and that's just part of the process. But staying determined and just like keep going, even when the progress is slow, is how we get to where we want to be. Think tortoise and the hare, right? Like, yeah, the rabbit's really fast, but it can also get distracted or go off in the wrong direction. So as long as we just keep headed in the right direction, we're going to get there eventually. And avoid beer or salt, right? Slugs don't like those.
True. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I think there's some great information in this reading for you, and then you can enact that information and take it. But it looks really good for every part of every aspect. But it's with some action on your part. It's asking for some action on your part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you,
One more
Tom.
thing too about like tobacco and alcohol and junk food. there are millions of dollars spent probably every day to try and get you hooked on these things, right? So to resist them is superhuman. And I would say something that I find helpful is working with upper hand oil to like keep your control or strength over these things, right? So parlorwonders.com, get you a little bottle of upper hand oil, or now we have upper hand bath crystals and upper hand sachet. So that could be a really nice, easy type of magic you could do to stay on top of those
Yeah,
things.
exactly. Exactly. So good. Thank you so much, Tomcat. You really brought a lot of joy with your name, made us super happy. Um, Devon, oh my gosh, Devon, we love you so much. Thank you so much. You're so generous. Missed last week, so feeding two full grannies. My usual for the first granny, the second granny checking in on love. Okay, all right. Let's take a look. Thank you so much, Devon. If you'd like to get a reading, Devon is our last reading that's on the list. If you'd like to get a reading, you can. All you have to do is make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. Once you make that donation, go into the chat. Let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. And we will do a reading for you. Once Devon's reading is done, our show will be over. I'll make a few announcements about things, but the show will be over. And then you'll have to wait till next week. Next week we'll have Miss Kelly, I think, right? Is she coming
I
next
think so,
week?
yeah.
And then
Probably.
I don't know. It's busy season for witch markets, so she might be at a witch market. Who knows? We'll find out. But we'll have Miss Kelly giving astrology readings along with my tarot readings. Or if Miss Kelly doesn't show up, Love Witch always showing up, always there, tried and true, giving us some kind of oracle or charm casting or some kind of Lenormand or something else. You could even bring a tarot deck in if you wanted to. You know, no,
Yeah, I used that neon tarot not too long ago,
yeah,
remember? I think I
yeah,
did. I don't know.
yeah.
I have so many decks right in front of me, so I don't even know what I'm using half the time. Just grabbing stuff. Oh, look,
I,
Tomcat has a little information about the reading. The addiction is Coca-Cola. How
oh my gosh.
I suffer from that in this house too.
Gosh, caffeine is another one. It's caffeine, sugar. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
one of those endless marketing budgets too, right? Coca-Cola is everywhere. They don't want you to forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it tastes good, but it's so chemical laden. It's not really a drink, it's like drinking chemicals. So, yeah, that would be a good one. And that's a good one to start with. I think you can find substitutes for that, like things like sparkling water with juice in
Mhm.
it, right? Or something like that. It's not going to taste as good as a Coca-Cola. We all know that, Coke is designed to be addictive, but you may get used to it eventually and then not desire the taste of it, right? I haven't had a Coke. I had a Mexican Coke that's made with real sugar, not corn syrup. Corn syrup is terrible, and that's what's in American Cokes. I had a Mexican Coke. It was delicious. And then I just had one and I was able to not have another one, right? Because I'm not making it a habit. So it's the habit part of it, right? So replace that habit with a healthier habit. And then you can have one once in a while and not feel that I have to have it every day thing. Everything in moderation, right? Okay. Except poison. We don't want poison in moderation.
Hey, I mean, actually, I think some poisons and moderations are medicinal, right? Like, nothing comes to
Chemotherapy.
mind off the top of the head. Might have, like arnica. Like when people are recovering from surgery, they're like, take arnica because it'll help with your scarring. But that's a poison, so don't take too much. So, yeah, so everything in moderation, even poison.
All right, Devon. Here we go. First, I'm going to pull all the cards, and then we'll do the two readings. So, because I have room for it. All right. So first is week ahead, and then okay, and then love life. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Passion, fun, positivity. I love it. Okay, let's talk about the week ahead first. Okay, I love these cards. I'm so into it. So, first card that shows up for your week, what's going on the week ahead, is the Magician card. I feel like, again, we're looking at this Jimi Hendrix card that we pulled out earlier. This is about accessing things that other people can't see. about making, I mean, what does a magician do? It makes a rabbit appear out of nothing, right? And I think that it's like you have an opportunity here to manifest something this week in general. So think about manifestation. The magician represents that manifestation, but it's like co-creating with the universe. Like, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you want? What is it that's calling to you? What is it that you'd like to bring into your life and manifest? And do some work on that manifestation, whether it's a candle spell or an affirmation or doing something other kind of magic. I think you need to do some magic this week. My guess, just intuitively, my hit intuitively, it's been a minute since you've done some magic. And so it's time to do a little magic, right? To really set aside some time to do some real focused magic. It doesn't have to be that long, half an hour. You can do a candle spell in half an hour or something like that. But I'd say that's the thing to activate this week. Second card is the King of Swords. King of Swords is decisive and empowered. I think you are both, all the cards for this week, in terms of your general energy, is it's really like about bringing in and positive. So you have this like burst of wind in your sails this week. Um, with King of Swords being really clear, defined, and decisive. I think one of the things I think about when I see the swords cards is boundaries, having good boundaries. Another thing I think of is communicating those boundaries to others. Third thing that comes to mind is how, like, making a decision. Like, I'm going to do this. That's King of Swords for sure. So with it, whatever's floating around there, make a decision and follow through on it, right? That's what it needs. That's what needs to happen. And that's what's going to serve you in your day-to-day life this week. We also have Temperance card. Oh, did I say that's Iggy Pop on there, by the way? King of Swords. I don't know if he's that decisive. He's sure. I don't know why they put him for King of Swords. Iggy Pop to me, I mean, he's definitely groundbreaking and willing to take risks. Maybe that's the part of the decisiveness of the King of Swords. It's like I'm willing to take a risk. I'm willing to do something, to try something new, to do something wild and crazy. I think that, when I think of Iggy Pop, that's what I think of. Your third card is this Joni Mitchell? No, it's the other one. It's not Joni Mitchell. It's the other one. It's the other one. I don't know my focus very well, guys. I'm going to tell you what it is because I'm going to look it up. Let's see. Here we go. Joan Baez. That's who it is. The other one. Did I see the movie Rolling? What is it? Like a Rolling Stone? No, it was something else. I don't even know. Man, where's my brain today? Did I see that Bob Dylan movie? Yes, and Joan Baez was in it, and the woman that played her in the thing was amazing, and the music was amazing. I even listened to Joan Baez, so there's no excuses for me not remembering her name, except that it wasn't coming forward. Anyway, look at her sitting on those lily pads. I think of this as like, temperance can sometimes be like transmutation, right? If we look at the traditional Rider-Waite temperance card, it's like pouring water from one cup into another cup. And I think about the folk scene in the 60s and how people were getting together to change the world, to change things. They were looking to this like love and peace and gentleness to change the world. And I think that, but it was also, there was fire and there was also righteous, cries for justice. And this is what the folk scene was about, was bringing about social justice. So I think about that transmutation energy, like to change one thing into something else. And so just like an alchemist, just like our alchemist angel in the Rider-Waite, we have this opportunity. You have this opportunity to change something. So if there's something that is sour, something that isn't good in your life, something that is like, could be better, or bland, or whatever, I would look to like do some magical work to transmute it or to change it. Transmutation can also be, not that I'm sensing that this is like what's coming up for you this week, but like taking negative energy and I like saying, I'm going to use that energy, right? I'm going to take that energy and I'm going to use that energy. So we can banish negativity. Absolutely. That's the most expeditious way of dealing with negativity. But you know what we can also do? We can take negative energy and transmute it. I'm going to give you an example. It's like just a little example, but I'm going to knock on wood because this hasn't happened in a while. But about maybe like, I want to say maybe 5, 10 years ago, um, people would take my photographs of my candle spells and then they would, because I posted a lot of candle spells, I would no names on them, just the beautiful candles that I was working on, right? And I'd post these pictures. Well, people would steal these pictures and then pretend that they were doing candle spells and use my pictures and other people's pictures to pretend. And then other people would say to me, hey, this person is using your photos because they could recognize my background. And so, or recognize my candles too. So, what I would do was in those situations is I would say, okay, this person who's stealing from me, um, you are going to have dust from this. I am going to benefit from this. This is going to benefit me. So I would transmute that energy. I would change that energy so that it was, instead of banishing that person or cursing that person, I would say, oh, great. There's something going on here. You stole from me. I'm actually going to take that energy back and I'm going to expand on it. And you're going to be left with nothing but dust. So it's a way of like bringing justice and reparations for a theft. I mean, they did. If you can't light a candle and take a picture of it, what business do you have selling candle spells?
Seriously.
You're clearly not doing a candle spell, because every candle, which I know you do so many candle spells, you have plenty of photos to take and use for your promotion, right? But the only people that are doing that are scammers that don't do candle spells, because like how hard is it to like light a candle and take a picture of it? Not hard at all. So I looked at that. It's like, you're a scammer. I'm going to take back that my energy, what belongs to me, and I'm going to leave you with nothing. And you know what happened as a result of me doing that transmutation? People don't do that anymore. Maybe because they don't find my photos. Maybe they found other people's photos, but I haven't had that happen in years and years and years. So, yeah, so transmutation may be part of this temperance. Like, take something and take the energy back in some way, take your energy back. And maybe it's like sweetening somebody who's sour towards you, or maybe it's making somebody who's, not easy to get along with, easier to get along with, but transmuting that energy between you, using the energy. It's kind of a little advanced, magical technique, but it works. It's a mindset, and how you deal with the energy. Last, we have the most adorable Dolly Parton with her Six of Pentacles energy. That makes sense to me. Six of Pentacles in the traditional deck shows this rich person giving a poor person gold coins and rebalancing and connecting and rebalancing energy. And so, like, I think about Dolly Parton, and Dolly Parton is 100% that. She is buying books and creating, literacy programs. She built Dollywood to bring jobs to the Smoky Mountains. I mean, she's constantly going out and doing good in the world. She's taking her money, and instead of just hoarding it or indulging herself, I'm sure she has a really nice house. I'm sure she flies in a private
Hey,
jet. Don't get me
I
wrong.
watched the house tour of Dolly Parton, and my closet is bigger than hers. So she is living pretty humbly, believe it or
Oh,
not.
really?
Yes, I was shocked. I mean, I'm sure she has more than one closet, but the one that she was showing, it was not that big. So
Where does she keep all her costumes and wigs? Come on,
probably
there's
in
a
a
hidden
storage unit, you know.
den. She has a public storage facility or something. So anyway, what I think about this is like how this week is going to be like things being rebalanced, boons being given to you, you helping other people. I think of that movement and that exchange is going on as well. Dolly, we love Dolly. She's the best. She's the best.
She's
All
come
right,
up
let's.
several times for me today, actually. This
She's
is like
what?
she's come up now 3 times for me today. This is the third conversation
What?
I've had about Dolly Parton. So
I wonder if Dolly Parton is going to get a reading from the Love Witch.
I
Maybe.
would love that.
You wouldn't be intimidated?
No.
I would fangirl. I don't fangirl very much. But okay, I'm going to tell a little story before we go into a second reading, and I'll let you do a card for this reading,
Okay, cool.
and then I'm
Um,
going to tell my fangirl story. Okay, go ahead.
okay. I pulled paint can. So I think of painting as being a way about like freshening things up, right? Like bringing a new energy to an existing space. So I think don't be afraid to freshen things up a little bit this week. You don't have to paint your house, right? You could paint your nails, or you could just paint your mindset. Change the background color on your phone. But I think this is an invitation to work with color and to freshen things up a little bit. And yeah, color magic is probably like the easiest type of magic to do, right? So as you're getting ready each day, pick a color that resonates with what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to bring in.
I love that. I do that often where I'll be like, I'm going to wear green because I want more abundance, or I'm going to wear blue because I want more peace, or black because I want protection. I do that all the time. I love that. Okay, now I'm going to tell my story, and then we're going to get to your second reading. So I'm going to tell how I fangirl. So I do readings for parties, and events, and I was doing, and as you can probably imagine, I'm in Los Angeles, so I do readings for people that are, in the industry, right? I've done a party where Ricky Lake was there. I did a party where, who else did I do a party for? Not other than this party I'm going to tell you about. Oh, um, Busy Phillips. I did her her friend's baby shower. She had a baby shower for somebody, and I was doing that. So lots of celebrities and actors and actresses, and I do parties for them. So I got called to do this party, and I didn't recognize the person's name that was doing the party. So I didn't know, I thought, okay, I'm just doing a party. And I show up to do tarot readings at this party. And she put me down in her home. There was a little kind of a rumpus room in the basement, and our office in the basement. And that's where I was doing the readings. So I wasn't up with the guests. The guests are upstairs and I was downstairs. So they would come down and I would do a reading, and then I'd say, oh, go let someone else know that they can come down and bring them down. So I didn't see any of the guests. I came early. I was down there and I was there. So, um, so at this party, um, person I'm reading for goes upstairs, and and the next person comes down, and it's, who was in Something About Mary? I'm not good with names today for some reason. The actress, the blonde actress, she's
Is that
big.
Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Diaz, yes. Cameron Diaz came down, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the kind of party we're at. She just came down, and I did a reading for her, and she's like, I'm going to bring my husband down. He's going to do a reading. And he came down, tattooed guy came down, and I was doing these readings, and I was having fun with everybody. And I wasn't fangirling at all. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's nice to meet you. And, it was great. But then, Megan Mullally,
Uh-huh.
she came down. Now,
Ah.
I never watched Will and Grace. I was not a Will and Grace person. I didn't have a TV, so I didn't watch it. But I love Parks and Recreation, and I love her character, who's a librarian, who is a crazy bitch. Because I was a librarian in my life. I've been a librarian, and I love that she was crazy and like crazy, and her character is so funny. So I loved her character, Tammy, on Parks and Recreation. And so when she came down, I was like, oh my God, I'm meeting Tammy from Parks and Recreation. And I was like, I did the reading for her. And then afterwards I said, I never do this, but I want to tell you how much I love you on that show. And it's so fun to see you. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Your little squeaky voice. Thank you so much. And it was lovely. But that I fangirled hard
Yeah.
because she was on Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, that one would get me too. And Dolly Parton would too, let's be real, but I think I could maintain my composure and freak out after. I was
Dolly
telling
Parton.
you earlier, I went to Dollywood when I was like 6 years old, and boy, when I tell you I was pissed off that she wasn't there, I was like, what do you mean she's not here every day? So I'm overdue for meeting her. Are you kidding me? She owes me.
Yeah, I think with Dolly Parton, 100%, I would have a fangirl moment. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm reading for Dolly Parton. And then I'd be like, oh my God, afterwards. So that's how I handled it. I did the reading and then afterwards fangirled. All right, so let's look at your love life, Devon. If you'd like to get a reading, it's your last call for readings. After this one's done, we're done for the night, but we'll be back next week. So if you're watching this later or you didn't get a chance to get a reading, didn't get in on time, don't worry, we'll be here next week, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Next week only. We're starting a half hour late because we have the class, the workshop. All right, so your first card is Debbie Harry, and it's Seven of Pentacles. So
Ooh.
Seven of Pentacles is about love that is growing. I think, again, I think this is another, musician who's had a long career. Like, she's had a really long career, and it's kind of been a slow build. I mean, if you look at Blondie, they were around years before Heart of Glass came out, and they had several albums out. They were working hard. They were in New York. Probably, I want to say, probably close to 10 years they were playing before they finally had a hit. So I love this idea that we're building something slowly, but it's strong. Seven of Pentacles is very strong. So love life, there's something brewing. It's just a slow burn that's building up and up and up, but it's going to be something long lasting. When we see Seven of Pentacles, the message is to nurture something. You don't need to dump, like just like a plant, because in the original card, it's a gardener with a plant, a bush, right? We don't dump a, a huge giant pool sized bunch of water on a plant and then leave it, for a month. We give it a little bit of water every day, right? And this is the same thing of a relationship that you're nurturing. You just want to give it a little bit every so often, not a huge amount every day or even a huge amount and then freak out and run away or any of that. It's just like, it's kind of like give it a little tending every couple of days or so. That's what it needs right now. That's what Seven of Pentacles is saying. All right, next card we have is Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups with Grace Slick on it. There's Grace Slick again. This is a card about having choice, right? So I would say also for love life, it's like don't put all your eggs in one basket, have choices. Have, flirtations with more than one person. If you're not in a committed relationship, don't act like you're in a committed relationship. Act like you're a single person and be a single person and have options, right? Seven of Cups says you will choose with your heart and you'll choose the right choice because you're choosing with your heart. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you want to have choice. That's the great place to be when you're just starting to, relationships are starting to brew. You should have some choices. Talk to other people, flirt with other people. Do that so that you have options available to you. Even date other people. If you're not, if you're not in a committed relationship, don't act like you're in a committed relationship. But that is an important one. The next one is the Sun card with George Harrison on it. George Harrison doing his mudras, right? Sun card energy is like bright and sunny, positive, optimistic, and everything is above board. I love it because it's saying to you, like, what you see is what you get. There's no lies being told, no sneakiness, nothing like that. It is authentic and genuine. So you be authentic and genuine too. Sun card energy is like play, have fun. There's a playful aspect to this card. And I think of like the kindness too of George Harrison. He was a very kind soul, a really a loving soul. He walked the walk. When he was like peace and love, he really walked the peace and love talk. He walked the walk of peace and love that matched his talk. So I think bringing this energy in there is like it's very positive and energetic right now. I also feel like sun card energy is being seen by others. So being out and mixing and mingling will also help with that Seven of Cups to like kind of get more things going, right? Lastly, Queen of Wands with Cher. Oh my gosh, glamorous Cher. Queen of Wands energy is about showing up like a queen, like tell yourself I'm a queen. Use Queen Elizabeth oil. Um, doll yourself up. Show up in a way that's like confident and strong and bring that confidence. There's also passion with the Queen of Wands. So being creative can really like help build passion. I always think about like passion and romance and creativity go hand in hand. So doing creative things that are exciting to you can also bring that confidence and passion to you. So you show up like Gloria Cher doing her pose. Look at that pose. Come on. What a diva, right? So beautiful. So I think that looks really good for romance. It's like making some nice suggestions for expanding on it. But yeah, I love it. What do you have for Devon?
I pulled phone call. So I think being open to communication, right? And maybe if there's somebody that you have in mind, finding an excuse to give them a call or to get on the phone with them, even if it's just to say, hey, I was thinking of you. But also, being open to conversations from people you haven't talked to before. I don't know, I'm a little phone shy, right? Like I get nervous about the phone. I'm less so now, right? But so I've definitely had points where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid picking up the phone or making calls. Don't do that this week. Do whatever you can to make calls. If somebody has to make a call, let it be you that does so. Because I think there's an opportunity for like, yeah, magical connections to take place over the phone this week. So yeah, answer the phone.
Yeah. Or give out your phone number or get their phone number, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's perfect.
Texting, even if it's texting, like I think texting is a great easy way to kind of ease your way in if you're not ready for a phone call. And people can have their time to text back. Texting has its drawbacks. You can't really hear tone of voice, or you might misinterpret things. But I think it's a great way to do that, and to I think get some phone numbers, get some digits, right? Don't be
Mm-hmm.
afraid to ask for those digits too, right? It's like a good one. So yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh
I
my
think too,
God.
like
Yeah.
thinking even one step past the phone, like being bold and meeting somebody new and going ahead and just following them on Instagram or requesting them as a friend, same energy, right? But yeah, like let yourself be seen and make bold moves.
I love that. Okay. I'm going to make a couple of announcements. This will be your last chance. Your really last chance. Oh my gosh. Love it. Thank you, Devon. This is your last chance to get a reading. Well, I'll do a couple of announcements about things. The first thing I want to show you is this because it is freaking gorgeous. And I show it to you. No, that's not what I want. Why is it not showing what I want? No, I guess this is it. I don't know. No, that's showing this. That's definitely not what I wanted to show. Oh my God, you guys, I'm losing my mind. Okay, there we go. Maybe if oh, I know what it was. It's like, okay, I have to pull this one out. Sorry. Oh my God. That's so funny. All right, here we go. I don't know how things work anymore. Do I need to know how things work? Probably not. All right. I just wanted to share with you, we have just dropped an amazing selection of gorgeous Halloween, Samhain, and Dia de los Muertos candles, like a whole bunch of them, brand new ones. Of course, we have our October Libra new moon owl of protection spell that's coming up. That's awesome. But check out these new candles: the beeswax graveyard spell candle, the Salem, the wizard kitten spell candle, the evil eye protection, the witch and wizard gnomes, the Slavic winter goddess Mara spell. That's like it's coming to her season. We're moving toward that. Our Lilith feminine empowerment spell candle. We have these cute little Dia de los Muertos skeleton sets. You can get male and female, male, male, or female, female, because that's how we roll here, the Parlor of Wonders. Um, the Gargoyle Guardian spell is a new one. Our Sacred Goat Broom spell candle. Our limited edition Beeswax Queen of the Witches. She's been around before, but she only comes out for the month of October because she's very fragile. That hat is a fragile thing. So we only offer her for the month of October, but she's here now, a couple days before we get to October. We have our beeswax pillar of witchcraft spell candles for power, for love, and for wisdom. We've got our raven magic spell, our wishing ghost. I mean, the list goes on. There's a second page. Look at that. We brought back the beeswax Halloween kitten spells from last year. Hilda, oops, sorry. Pop up came in. Our Baba Yaga candle, our love puppet, our royal pumpkin. Oh my gosh, the calavera, skulls, cats, moons. Oh my gosh, cauldrons. We've got it all. So go ahead and check those out. Those are a lot. You can check those out going to Parlor of Wonders and going to Is there a way they can get to the Halloween thing? I don't know, but you can certainly go to new products and it will show up there. Now, I want to share some other announcements that we have. I showed you that Libra New Moon Owl of Protection spell. It's perfect for strengthening your sense of security. It is about making yourself invisible to others, about having your senses heightened, your intuition heightened, so you know how to avoid icky, negative situations. Embracing your protective instincts, just like an owl. It is a limited edition candle. It is only available in this spell kit, and the Owl of Protection spell kit includes everything you need to connect to that inner guardian within you, create a shielding energy, and make yourself safe. We all kind of need that now in the crazy environment that we live in. This spell kit comes with the candles, support tapers, 5 oils, glitter, 5 herbs, petition paper, everything you need to make a complex spell, including complete instructions. You can get it in the spell kit and workshop, or I can light this candle for you in my group spell service. The spell kit and the workshop close on October 8th. This group spell service closes on October 19th, and our new moon is October 21st. You can subscribe and save by going to newmoonspells.com. Our new moon candle spells for 2026 are going to be featuring Slavic deities. We're going to do spells for abundance and success and opening opportunities and love and empowerment and clearing and cleansing, all kinds of good topics. And we're going to be focusing on different Slavic deities that represent these things. We have our new moon spell kit that comes with this deity candle plus tapers and the oils and the herbs and the petition paper and the glitter and all the things. But we also now are having a deluxe new moon spell kit that has everything in the new moon spell kit, plus an additional candle that represents a symbol of that deity and an additional oil. And on the day that I teach the workshop, I'll be giving a mini workshop on the deity themselves so that you can get to know them. We'll also be doing our new moon spell service where you can have we're going to learn about the deity also with that workshop. We're going to have that mini workshop for the new moon spell service, but we're also going to have those candles. I can light those for you on my altar. The first candle is the Dolia Good Fate candle spell. Goes on sale December 7th. And of course, you can subscribe and save and never miss any of them. If you have questions about magic, join me for my free live magic Q&A tea party. It takes place every Sunday except for the first Sunday of the month when we have a private coven meeting on that first Sunday of the month. You can take part of the live magic Q&A tea party by signing up at spellsquad.com. If you'd like to be a part of the coven, go to coven.vip. Our sessions, our Q&As takes place at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And we give away a book. The next one in 2 weeks, we'll be giving away Devon Hunter's The Bad Vibes Field Guide. That's what we're going to be giving away in 2 weeks. Next week, of course, it's the first Sunday, so we'll be having a private coven meeting on that day. If you want to join in, sign up at spellsquad.com. Got some great full moon workshops coming up. Next one is Mastering Success Magic. Don't forget, you can subscribe to the full moon workshops and save 25% or more. Just go to fullmoonworkshops.com. Our full moon workshops for 2026 are going to be a shamanic witchcraft workshop series. It's going to be 13 full moon classes to deepen your practice, introduce you to how to bring shamanic practices into your witchcraft practice, to be able to travel other worlds, to be able to do healing work, soul retrieval, to be able to find power animals, to travel to the upper world and the lower world, all kinds of cool things that you can do in shamanic witchcraft. Our first one starts on January 3rd. So I hope you will join me for those classes. The classes each build on one another. So what you learn in the first class will be applied in the second class and so on. Our Slavic Sundays workshops for the rest of this year are also coming up. Our Old Slavic Spirits is coming up in October. We've got lovely classes throughout the end of the year. You can subscribe and save 25% or more. Just go to witchcraftworkshops.com. And they will continue magic of Slavic holidays and life events. So we'll be doing Stritanya, the meeting of winter and spring, Slavic holidays, Butter Week, Slavic spring holiday magic, Slavic birth and pregnancy magic, and much, much more. You can check them out by going to witchcraftworkshops.com. Besides our gorgeous, beautiful Halloween candles, we also have some amazing candles that have just dropped, including our beautiful Bast candle, the Egyptian goddess Bast, our Courageous Tiger for giving you strength and confidence, our School of Owls. This candle set is so great for spells for like getting into your school of choice, having good grades on an exam, or getting good grades in a class, being able to study and retain things. All kinds of things can be done with these spells. You get 4 candles in that set. We also have our Egyptian our Egyptian mummy, our cuddly capybara, our dreamy cloud. That's for helping you to do dream work or to cloud someone else's thinking. And all of these you can see by going to new arrivals, going to Parlor of Wonders and checking out new arrivals. Lastly, don't forget, if you purchase something at the Parlor of Wonders, leave a review. Every month we do a $100 gift certificate giveaway. You can leave as many reviews as you want, and we're getting to the end of September, so now's the time to get those reviews in, so you'll be in our September drawing. We randomly pick a winner each month. Our August winner was Amy B. I didn't change the month. I do it, and I keep forgetting to go back and fix it. But you can find out more by going to Magic Giveaway. But all you have to do is basically leave reviews on the products that you purchased, including readings or services. It doesn't have to be products, right? So there you go. There are the announcements. Alrighty, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting a reading. I want to say a special thank you to Bianca, Soul Prima, Coraline, Jessica, Tomcat, and Devon. Our outcome was that we had $200 that we raised for seniors.
That's awesome.
We're feeding 5 seniors this week, which is amazing. Wonderful. Thank you so much, you guys, for doing this. Thank you for joining us here and hanging out. We'll see you next week at 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Don't forget, subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our Tarot for Kindness or any of our special events that we do on YouTube. We're so glad to be here with you. Anything you want to share before we sign off?
Yeah, you said you didn't know where they could find the Halloween candles. Go to parlorofwonders.com. They're right there on the homepage, and you click View All, and you get to all of them, or scan the QR code below. And there's more than 13 new candles, so go get them all.
Oh my gosh, 13 new candles, a mega drop of new candles. Many of them are in this picture, not all of them, but many of them are in this photo. And I took this photo the other day. I'm like, we got to get some new pictures of our Halloween stuff because we got so much new stuff. So anyway, you'll check out those candles. They're great for your spells for spooky season. Great for your use them for Halloween decor, and then after Halloween, you can use them for spells.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You get cute Halloween decor, and you can do a spell afterwards. These spell candles can be used any time of year, not just at Halloween. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Love Witch, for joining me. It's always great seeing you and hanging out with you, and we'll see you guys next week.